camera situated here. Just get the camera situated here. That looks pretty good. Alright, so I am out in my oasis. So, one thing I do like about TikTok, come on, Minnie, is that you can do a live and then repost it as a video later, which is what I'm going to do here. It's a holiday weekend here in the States, and I'm in and out of the pool, in and out of the hot tub, and everything else. I've been working really, really hard on my outside this past spring and early part of the summer. And I'll tell you, the one thing about e-scrap is if you don't keep up with it, it will just get everywhere. And I've been working fiendishly hard to do that. I had a couple of pickups that I did. So I'm going to try to get some of this scrap. I got to the dump this morning and I got rid of a lot of rubbish. They won't pick up our rubbish here till Tuesday. So I'll end up doing that instead of getting out to the metal yard. But I've got a lot of stuff here to scrap still. So I'm thinking we'll go through these PCs a little bit. And I can also address some of the questions that have been coming up about board grading. So this is not server RAM, this is just regular PC RAM. Server RAM is super, super chunky. I sold that separately. I am outside, it's absolutely beautiful out. It's hot, but it's not humid. So, I haven't done PCs in a while, but I've got an awful lot of them here, as I said, and if I can get them taken apart, I can get to the metal yard Monday, and they don't get a big mess in the yard. I picked up a bunch of switches the other day, and we'll be looking for high-grade telecom boards. Out of those, copper and aluminum. Copper went bananas last week. I don't know that that will be so on Monday, which is another reason I decided to wait till Monday. Of course, everything was closed on Friday because it was our holiday, of course. And, All right, so welcome to all of you who are joining. If I don't see you, please forgive me. I try to focus on what I'm doing. Now, right off the bat, you want to make sure you get your battery off. That goes to the transfer station. Right off the bat, we have an I-Core chip. What's happened is these boards, which used to grade as a green, as a metal socket green motherboard, are now in a category unto themselves of I-Core boards, or I-Series boards or some such thing. The value is the chip and not the actual board. That is one big change. Like I said, grading boards is just gotten twisted about. This is an I-Core. You want to be very careful handling I-Cores, guys. It's an i3, so it's only going to get sold as a pinless CPU with a metal back. No value there. Chase, welcome. Joseph, welcome. Thank you for the gift. Chris, welcome. Like I said, the thing I like about TikTok is you can take your live if you stay under an hour, and you can post it. So I can still go live and still leave a video up for people who don't catch the live today. coming to you live from the Oasis. I've been working on the outside of my house. This computer is so new, it actually still has film on it. What you're running into now is you're going to probably see a lot of PCs getting upgraded away from Windows 10. Windows is not going to support Windows 10 after the fall, which means if you're running Windows 10 and you have some kind of issue with it, tough toenails, Microsoft is not going to help you. You'll see a lot of upgrades this time of year anyway, because the schools will be changing out their equipment, which is actually how I came by these. I do rent band instruments for a living, although I've closed the shop, but I'm just working from home now as a mobile, kind of quasi-retiring. But I own an awful lot of instruments, so if I can get a couple more years of rent off them, hey, why not? So what's everybody doing? Did you have a good 4th of July? I hope, those of you here in the States. My friends across the pond, I hope you're having a nice Saturday. Like I said, I haven't done PCs in a while. Been up to my... This is plastic, guys. Got all my sort bins out. These usually will push right through the front. Now this is a SATA connector. Given that there was an iCore 3 in here, it's probably a little bit older. I can see gold flashing on the board. So this is a board I will take apart. Some of them are really absolute rubbish. If you're into gold refining, I guess you could, you could dig into a bit. A lot of times I'll sell these as media drives, but because I expect to get a piece of brass out of here, and I can see gold here, I'm going to go ahead and pull the board. Board Sort buys these. I should have some up in my eBay store at some point. By the time I'm done scrapping all these computers today, I probably will have more stuff in the eBay store. That is under CT Band Instruments, which is my main business. But I did open an e-scrap department. The trouble with eBay is I have to charge more than I usually would because of their fees and everything else. Which, they're entitled to make money. It's a business. So if you see something of interest, send me a direct message and I will negotiate a better price for you, or go ahead and grab it off the eBay store. Alright, not a bad board. Bad board. So this is a CD-ROM driver. It's really quiet out today. Last night it wasn't. We had a wicked storm on Thursday. My neighbor has 2 big trees. Fortunately, nothing came down on her house, but she's got a real mess in her yard. I wish I could go over and help her, but I just can't. Alright, so... You can't really see it on film, on video, but there is gold flashing. There's a lot of good gold flashing here, and this is a very good quality board. So this would sell, if I was to sell it to Board Sort, and I probably will, as a CD-ROM board. They don't differentiate low grade and high grade on these, but one way you can do that is to know the difference between SATA and non-SATA. SATA connectors look like this. Okay, they're plastic. They're usually yellow, blue, black, or orange. SATA connectors do not have gold pins, but they may have gold fingers or gold flashing. It doesn't really matter for CD-ROM boards, but it does matter for hard drives. That's the biggest thing. This is usually brass. I have to check it though, because it could be stainless. Put that aside in the... Jerry, thank you. Ramto, welcome. David Johnson, welcome. Usually I go live on Sunday mornings. This is kind of an unusual time for me, but like I said, I was scrapping this stuff, and yeah, that's stainless, guys. Crap. And the laser eye is supposed to be very good for gold recovery. I do have one of my subscribers who's asked me to save those for him, so I will go ahead and get that out. I don't do gold recovery; it's not my comfort zone. And then I have a couple of subscribers who asked me if I would save these Mylars for them, and of course I will. This is plastic. You can get a motor out of here. You can get gold out of the laser eye. So, you know, I'll strip those down a little bit further for those two buyers. And this can just go with the shred. Boom. Okay. It's quiet today. The neighborhood maniac is not out and about. We have this one, I don't want to call him bad names, he's just a kid who makes really bad decisions about how to handle a motor vehicle. He just comes ripping through here at all hours of the day and night. I live in a residential area, but people across the street from me have kids. You know, and this diphthong just loves to roar through the neighborhood like he's the only one who lives here. The kicker, he doesn't live here. And that's the kicker. And he raises all kinds of commotion. And of course, last night everybody in this duck had the fireworks going because it was too rainy 4th of July day. And that's okay. Everybody likes to have a little fun, but this kid with his car, oh my God. I don't begrudge him having a car. I mean, that's great. Have fun. You're young. Little fart like me. Chesler, welcome. If I miss you, please forgive me. And if you have a question, please leave it in the messages. I actually do read them. I really do. This I'll cut here. Sometimes you'll get gold connectors here. You can throw those in with your gold connectors. Just make sure you check your stuff, you know. These older computers, these older PCs are halfway decent for recovery of odds and ends. I do take the wires off my power supplies. I've opted for selling them as power supplies without wires. Number 2 insulated, copper insulated wire is doing really well right now, so you know, may as well go after it, right? Okay. So I'll probably stack these all up in the corner, get these wires off, and maybe sell these Monday. I have 2 yards that I work with. One is a scrap metal yard. That's all he does. He doesn't do e-scrap, although after listening to me for the past couple of months, maybe they'll change their mind. I don't know. They just ship it all off to a third party. It's a waste of money. So would you ship it over to me? I'll buy it. Like I said, I don't expect this live to really be one of my biggest subscription videos, but I'll do that. Alright, so there's a little push button here, 4 screws here. I'll take these off, and that will go with my power supplies without wires. Again, yes, there's a lot of recovery inside some of these. For the amount of time it's going to take me, that's not for me. It's not for me. I wish I had the time, but I really wish I had what I want to need more is space. I don't have it. You know, I'm tired of the yard looking like garbage, so for me, my comfort level is boards, e-scrap resale, and shred. Shred is not doing well price-wise. It's down to $125 a gross ton from $180 about a month ago. It is all tariff related. I'm waiting to see what happens tomorrow. Some really good information on scraps and tariffs and so on and so forth can be found on the iScrap app. Tom is excellent from Rockaway Recycling. All right. Now you can leave the bracket on, and in this case I'm going to because it shows clearly that this is an I-Core board. I have to sell it that way, even though it's an older board. There's a lot of gold flashing here. The problem is the new ones are very plasticky, and they're really not worth the gold recovery. The problem is the new ones are very plasticky, and they're really not worth the gold recovery. This is a board I probably will ask my buyer to let me put in with my green socket motherboards because it's older and it's got a pretty goodly amount of chips on it. So, you know, there's no size fits all when it comes to board buying. I've got my battery off. This board is ready to sell. So it's going to go as an I-Core PC board. Over there with your friends. Shred. Like I said, I picked these up from one of the schools I work at. I was making my rounds we have a mobile music service now, so we go to and from the, what do you recommend for gaming PCs? It depends. I think a lot of them are I-Core, and that's what they're going to be sold as, I-Core boards. I would refer you to boardsort.com or to the Shark Scrappers YouTube channels. You can really get a really good clarification of what's going on with these boards. If it's one of those plastic color boards, the AMD boards, they're not going to pay well. Those boards have a lot of plastic in them. The Asus boards, the AMD boards, they have a lot of plastic components in them, and not great. So again, this is not server RAM, this is just regular PC RAM. I put that separately because I charge less for it. So yeah, I think your gaming PCs you're going to find mostly AMD boards. Hope maybe as I go through the stack I'll do that. That is on my to-do list, and another reason I wanted to get these PCs scrapped, because tomorrow I will go through sorting all of those and hopefully be able to answer some of your questions about board grading. It's completely different. This is a nice aluminum heatsink. These, you just put them on a flat surface. You can just bang these right through, knock this off. You've got yourself a nice piece of clean aluminum. No problem selling that at the local yard. I'm glad I'm outside because these computers are disgusting. Once again, we have an I-Core chip here. You can see the bent arm. It's going to be an Intel CPU. I think 9, 8, 7, and 5 still have resale value. Unfortunately, 3 does not. You know, to be careful handling I-Cores because if you touch this, you contaminate the product, and then the product doesn't read well, and when they go to test it for resale, it won't work. So this one, I'm sure it's a 3. I-Core 3, 4130. That's going to be sold as a pinless CPU with metal back. There is no resale on that. Just scrap CPU. Again, SATA connectors. I'm not going to have gold pins, but I might have gold flashing. Oh, speaking of, there he goes. That's the neighborhood idiot. One of 3. Stupid kid. I mean, we have kids in this neighborhood. What's he going to do? Wait till he hurts somebody? That bang, 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 that's some kind of stylized header he has on there. You know, it's so annoying. What are you going to do? Nothing. Local authorities don't want to chase them. They say that's more dangerous. Yeah, I don't know. I'm learning to ignore it. It's a I'm going to clip whatever wireage I can get because that is value. Number 2 copper insulated, even low grade, is very good right now. Hi, Rambo. Hi, Brian. Welcome to the live. As I said, I will post this up on my YouTube and TikTok channels. I got to make sure I stay under an hour. Just low grade insulated wire, SATA connectors, jumper cables. I am not a PC expert or any kind of computer expert by any means. I am a computer instruction technician. Long story behind this. This happened to be a good second gig because my rental business in the winter, it just takes care of itself. You know, the instruments are out, they're cleaned, and everybody's just using them. So the winter is really quiet around here. So in order to try to make some extra money, I do computer scrapping. I really focus on computers. I mean, I don't do microwaves and things like that. Not because there's not any value to them, just because this is easier for me. Take them apart, weigh them, sort them, and ship them. Hello, HD. I didn't see it. I'm sorry. It went by. Steve, welcome. Thank you all you for the gifts and the hearts and things like that. That's really cool. As I said, we will repost this on my YouTube channel and here on TikTok under D Scraps, E Scraps. You know, with the supply of E Scrap getting lower and lower and harder to find, I think for content creators it's important that we don't waste any opportunity. And, you know, I haven't done a PC scrapathon in a long time with you guys, so, you know. Good God knows I got stuff to scrap this weekend. Some of the server boards you have to get the bracket out of here. Keep my big head out of the view. My hair is wet. I just got out of the pool. It's a good way to spend a day. Getting out of the pool, under the canopy, scrapping computers. Yeah, I'll take it. Family's all busy. You know, they've all got kids and significant others and other side of the family, and yeah, it's my nieces and my nephews. I keep in touch with them on a regular basis, though, so it's good. I did get out to one of my nephew's pools on Wednesday. They have real pools. I got play pools around here. I don't like the beach anymore. Our beach here is disgusting. There's bugs. There's sand. There's sand fleas. There's mosquitoes. There's annoying people. I'd rather just hang out in my backyard. For those of you who have been following me, you know we had a flood, and the inside of the house is going to have to go into construction after rental season. But what I did is I concentrated on the outside. I had already planned on that. I put in some landscaping rugs. I've got a hot tub. I've got a small pool. I got a new awning. And, you know, I'm going to enjoy the outside this year. Alright, so it's an I-Core. You want to make sure you get the bracket back down. It's okay to ship it like this. Some buyer, if you're going to sell it to a refiner, you got to get the bracket off. My buyer doesn't care. Like I said, I'm leaving it because easily identified by category. I am going to ask about this board and the other ones like it. They are older. They are pre the change. And I have a good buyer. We work well together. You know, what's the worst he's going to say? Sorry, D, you got to put them with I-Core boards. Take it or leave it. And that's fine. Like I said, this is all new. This is within the past, I don't know, maybe a month. And the whole change to this process has affected every board buyer online. There are a lot of companies who buy the boards online. It's affected me too because I also buy E-Scrap locally. And, you know, but I see, because I burn my own, I never paid as well for AMD plastic boards because they're crap. Again, I've taken the wires off. This will go as a power supply, no wire. I'll sort all this out later. I am going to take the hard drive. I should get another. This looks like the same kind of computer as what I just did. So I'm going to sell that as a I sell them in my eBay store as low-grade CD-ROM boards. The ones with the golden pins on them I sell differently. That's just me. Hi, Steve. Thank you for the gifts, everybody. Appreciate you a lot. Don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps the channel, guys. Because this video isn't going to, I'm spoiled. I'm used to my 20 and 30K like I get on Sunday mornings. But I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. By the way, these usually unscrew here and usually push out. Sometimes you got to get the cover off these PCs. This is older, again, because of the i3. I know it's an older unit. Okay. Nothing left in here of any interest. Again, just to show those of you who just came on. If you want to talk about microscrapping, you ought to see Patrick Williams take these apart. He finds gold like no one I've ever seen. Him and Scrapping Scotland. Those guys are awesome at computer microscrapping, both of them. And me, just not my comfort zone. Come on. So again, I'm going to save these milers for my friend Hobie1 Kenobi. A lot of you guys know him if you're following it anything. He's asked me if I would send him these, and I certainly will. I will pull the laser eye because I had several people inquire about those. I just charge shipping on these. I mean, I don't care. What am I going to do with it? And again, this has gold fingers, gold flashing, that can be resold. I'm not going to bother. I already know this is stainless because the other one was stainless too. There's a laser eye here. There's a motor here that I'm not going to bother with right now. All right. Another one bites the dust, eh? I've got two gigantic bins on the patio here, and I'm just throwing everything in there, and then I'll sort it later. I've just gotten the backyard back into some kind of semblance of order. Are you kidding me? How are you? Shoot, this one's going to need a torque screwdriver. I don't want to deal with that right now. Those first two were Dells, guys. All right, I'll be right back. I go to grab another one here. Yeah, I'm really going to have to do a video about grading these boards. This is a HP Pavilion. That also needs a torch screwdriver. I'm going to put this aside too. I don't want to have to change my tools twice. This is an old compact Presario. These were made by HP. But, I'm assuming this is going to be a little bit older. I don't think they've gone into compact in a while. Oh crap! These all have torque screwdrivers on them. My other screwdriver, the battery croaked, so I could do them. I have a screwdriver here if I have to for that. Okay. Well, now. Let's see what we've got in the goodie bag. I haven't retrieved any hard drives. A lot of people are smart enough to keep those. I personally destroy hard drives. I take the boards out. I sell the boards, and then I sell the boards, and then I sell the cases as hard drives without boards, and I do sell those to a recycler who has what you call an R2 recycling certification, and I sell those to him. And again, you know, I keep the boards I sell, and I sell them to I do sell them to somebody who is going to shred them. I'm careful where I sell those things. Believe it or not, you can get a lot of information on those chips. I'm trying to bite off more than I can chew here. Let's make a smaller pile. Get the wires out of the way. Makes it easier to work. Now, as far as this RAM goes, this lower quality RAM, I don't resell. I sell, well, I do. I just don't. I don't sell it in my eBay store. What I sell in the eBay store is server RAM. High quality, chunky, good for gold recovery. I don't sell it as something that actually works. You know, I don't know what these computers have been through. I buy them to scrap them. I buy outdated and broken technology. They can't be fixed, and even if they could, they'll never work again anyway. Yeah, I'm good. Are you kidding me? Thanks for asking. Been working on the patio. I've got it almost done. Probably got to finish putting it back together today. I actually expanded my patio down the driveway a bit. I bought this green landscaping rug. It's amazing because the flagstones get really, really hot, and this keeps them nice and cool. I've got the hot tub up. I've got the small pool up. I've got the canopy up. One thing I'm missing is a barbecue grill, and that's tomorrow. So again, this is a lower grade RAM. It's not chunky on both sides, but that is good for gold recovery. For those of you who are into gold recovery, yeah, this is good RAM. So if you happen to go into my eBay store looking for RAM, just make sure you see the distinction between server RAM and PC RAM. I mark those things very, very clearly, and I take a lot of pictures. All right, let's see. Got some Goldfinger cards. That's good. Goldfinger cards are really good for gold recovery too, guys. Even better when you have the right tools. Yeah, I got it. I just don't feel like unscrewing all those by hand. I grabbed this on purpose because I'm hoping there's an AMD motherboard on here. Now, before I actually sort these, I am going to review the new grading video. See, this is older. Look at this. This is a much older computer. That's good quality gold. So these, I take off. If there's a heatsink, take it off. Take it off. And get your bracket off. So this will sell as a Goldfinger card with no heatsink, no bracket. Excellent for gold recovery. I think it sells for, most of my e-scrap I sell for about $14.99 a pound with shipping on the eBay store because I have to pay eBay fees. If you're interested in anything that you see go by or would like to place an order, let me know. But this is great for gold recovery. I don't have a date on this. I said I thought the compact was going to be older. Wait till you see the board. And this is where I will respectfully question my buyer. Nicely, you know, when I get enough to... on the eBay store, it's CT Band Instruments. And if you look at my profile page, there's a couple of ads there for stuff that's in the store. And you can see the link there. Not a link, but you can see the name there. I'm still working on the other store. I don't know when I'm going to get it done. They've got the website is up. I've got the computerscrapper.com up. But it'll get there. Yes, I actually do own the domain, thecomputerscrapper.com. I've had multiple offers to buy it, and I won't. See, I'm selling the music school is getting... I shut the music school down, but I kept the rental business. And then, of course, I'll keep the e-scrap business. All right, so I've got to get this off. This is a wireless card. Internet, maybe. That should be brass, by the way. Linksys. So, yeah, again, good gold fingers, and let's see if we can get this guy off for you. You know me, if I can't get it up, I just chuck it aside. Chuck it aside! Yeah, it's going to be a pain in the ass to get off. Alright. I don't want to deal with it right now. Alright. I will deal with it, I just don't want to deal with it right now. It takes too long. I sell all of my gold finger cards without the bracket and without the heat sink. It's maximum value. There's actually 3 grades of it. I might have to excuse myself for a second. Guys, hold on for 1 minute, I'll be right back. Sorry guys, getting just a little bit warm out. I just wanted to get a quick drink of water here. Good afternoon, Dennis. How are you? Michael, welcome. Shell, welcome. Thank you for the gifts. Now we're in at 3.8K. That isn't too bad for a Saturday afternoon of a holiday weekend. How nice of you guys to join me. As I said, I'll be definitely posting this guy up for you. And I will clean these. They just take a couple knocks with a hammer to get all that off, and I'll have a chunk of clean aluminum. Copper aluminum heat sinks don't sell for garbage right now. Now, I don't remember who it was. Somebody asked about AMD boards and about gaming boards. So what you'll find is something like this. I think. Wait a minute. Let me literally get it out of there first. Yeah. That's pinned. See the gold on there? That is a pinned CPU. This is probably an AMD Optilon board. Pin. Hold on a second. I know it's an AMD chip, I can tell. Let's see. AMD Atheon. Look at the gold recovery on that. These are the best chips for gold recovery, pin CPUs. If you can get them without the copper heatsink on the back, even better. So that will go as a pin CPU with a metal back. There's no resale on them, guys, except for scrap. Trusting it. Thank you so much, Shell. That makes me happy. That's why I do this. I've been a teacher my entire professional life. And, you know, I'm no expert, but, you know, it keeps me busy. And I enjoy the interaction. I enjoy talking to people. All right. So these all need Torx switches. HPs tend to use a Torx screwdriver, number 10 by the way, usually on these. So, you know, I learned by watching other scrappers. My first pile of computers, I was at a school doing an instrument pickup. They were going to throw them in the dumpster. I said, hey, can I have them? And I took them apart. I resold the boards, and that was it. I was hooked. Thanks, Shell. I really appreciate that. That's one of the nicest things I can have people say about me. All right. So, under normal circumstances, with the current pricing, this is going to go as an AMD board. It says AMD on it. There's no socket. There's just plastic, and that's where the pins would go. I take the aluminum. Just be careful. The spring-loaded stuff can bite you right in the kisser. As I said, I'm going to review the, I want to review the sorting videos. Maybe I'll do that when I take my next soak in the hot tub this afternoon. Okay. I'm looking for a date. Aren't I always? AMD Athleon, so that's probably early 90s, I think. Yeah. This is something you could probably take if your buyer doesn't buy it as an upgraded board. If I get an upgrade on this board because of its age, which I'm going to ask for, I won't take this. If they're going to give me the cheap down, that was offensive, I don't mean it that way. If they're going to give me the lower price based on the new grading, then I will take that. It won't really hurt because this is an AMD green motherboard. No slits, pin CPU. See, the backs on these are not great. This is why PC boards don't sell that great. There's just not a lot on it. I was hoping I could find a date on here. It's an old compact, so anyway. Good gold recovery here. Make sure you get the battery off. They'll downgrade and send back your whole load. Good gold pins, good gold pins. Very decent board. My buyer doesn't care if I leave this on, which is again why I'm probably not going to nip that off. I usually don't, unless they throw them all into the new category, which is crap. All right. As you see, PCs are probably one of the easiest things to scrap out. Hello, user entering in 0720. Welcome aboard. As I said, I really haven't had a heck of a lot of PCs lately. I just haven't been able to get them. I actually bought a pallet of E-scrap, but it turned out to be workout. Those IBM modules that I had, I think we had 250 of them, and then the Dell blade servers before that. We did really well on those. But again, timing is everything. I hit the market at a good time for copper, and the components in it were very good. All right. Again, I can see gold flashing here. This is the inside of the board. A lot of gold, a lot of copper. That's why they're green in color. The colored ones are more plasticky. I will take this board. I would anticipate getting something like this, or I hope something like this. Probably more like this one. So we'll put that aside. I am going to take the board. As I said, I do have a couple of people who've asked me to save things like the laser eyes and the Mylar, and I don't mind. This can go in with my gold connecting pins. I'll cut that off. I always want to check those pins, guys, eh? Alright. There's a button here. Make sure I get these screws out. And again, I am selling them right now based on current market price. I am selling these to the scrapyard as power supplies and no wires. Linkage, welcome. I know, and if I missed you, forgive me. I don't mean to. I'm almost at the point where I need moderators on my lives to acknowledge all the comments that come through. I'm really fussy who I work with. I do have a family member who I hope will take this over for me at some point when I actually retire. I think it'll be good second income for him. But we'll see. Down the road. Right now, it's all good. Alright, got the screws out, push the button down. Again, there may be, I see aluminum in here, I know there's copper in here, I don't have time to go after it. Since I have a yard that will buy those, I'm going to just go ahead and sell them. A lot of the newer boards on the newer computers have something called an integrated motherboard. An integrated motherboard doesn't have a CPU on it per se. The chip is right in and on the board. They are very low quality. You'll see those a lot in these small form computers. This is a Lenovo, but it's running, I think I saw it was running Windows Vista. So, first thing I bought, first scrap I ever bought, I bought 150 of these. I think as you do this, you get a better sense of what's in there, and you decide whether or not you want to sell it, buy it, or if it's worth it. Okay. Yeah, this is running Windows Vista Basic. Let's get that in there. How much would I sell the power supplies with wire? I think they pay $1/4 a pound. If I sell it outright, so it'll be $1/4 a pound plus shipping. If you're interested, I'll make sure I save you some. And by the way, guys, I am in Connecticut. If any of you guys are yeah, Jack, do me a favor, hit me up in the comments because, or send me a message to my inbox because I have a brain like a sieve and I'll probably forget. Let me know what you need and let me see what I can find for you. Jack is asking about power supplies with wires. This computer is July of 2020, July of 2008. There's a date stamped on it. Now, this should be a good Goldie board. This says SATA right on it, SATA. And you can see here the SATA connectors. Okay. And again, it's got that, this is where the hard drive would have gone. Alright. This also. I am not sure what kind of CPU we're going to get out of this. Most of the low models just have a pinless CPU about them, I think. This might be the last one I do, guys. I'm glad I'm doing these outside. These are disgusting. I did want to kind of mix it up a little bit. And I think tomorrow on my morning live, which is usually between 9 and 11 Eastern Standard Time, I may do another bunch of these depending how long Father talks and how soon I get out of church. If I'm late, it's all the Padres' fault. Or I may just go to the 12 o'clock, I don't know, we'll see. That's a good thing about being retired, I don't have to decide anything. Right away. Bugger. Shred. Oh, lousy shot. Right. So, now I know it's not going to be an I-core because this sucker is from, what did I just say, 2006? Older the golder. The older the board is, a lot more gold in it. This is a copper aluminum heatsink. I will knock that piece of copper off of there, and then I'll sell that as probably dirty aluminum. I got to pull it apart and really take a better look at it. Now I can tell by the arm here. Let me move over a little bit. Make a little room. Yeah, Jack, do me a favor. Just drop me a message with your email, and I definitely will get back to you. Like I said, if you don't, I'm going to forget because, you know. So again, just PC RAM, nothing great. This is going to be an Intel chip in here, probably either a Xeon or a Pentium. It might be a Core too. Core, Pentium, or Xeon, probably. I'll let you know in a second. I've already filled up the two bins of e-scrap, which is why I'm probably going to have to cut the video short because I'm running out of space. Not short, but got to save some for tomorrow, you know? There you go. I didn't clip any of the wires off this one, so would you want something like this, Jack? Okay, this is out of the Lenovo. Again, my only problem is I have no way to test these. That's my only problem. I guess if you found one that it just didn't work, you could always let me know and I'd refund your $5. No problem there. Let me know what you need and, you know, send me over an email and I'll do that. Okay, so this one is put aside for Jack, so we're not going to clip the wires. We're going to leave that just like that. And hopefully find 5 more. You know, Jack, I've got a ton of server, the straight bars without the wires. I don't know if you're interested in something like that. I've got a lot of those that I was going to take to the scrapyard too. I'll try to include one on tomorrow's live, which again I do repost them. So if you weren't with me when I did the live, don't worry, you can still come visit me. Alright. Get battery off. Again, be responsible. We're all recyclers here. Those go to the scrapyard. They will recycle them for us. Don't ship. It's illegal to ship with those batteries on, guys. They're highly flammable. And it counts as hazardous waste. Alright. I missed the screw. I missed the screw. It's this bar. This is an older Lenovo, so I think this is an older Lenovo, so it's not junky like some of the newer ones are. I hope if I can find a couple of those small form computers, I'll put them in tomorrow's video. I know it's not an iCore. See this hook? That's going to be a Pentium or a Core. The newer ones will be Xeons. Intel dual core. Again, no resale. It's a pinless CPU with a metal back. Good for scrap. Alright, we'll take this off because I want the aluminum. It also makes the board look better for the buyer. Alright, so again, this is a nice board. You got chips, you got gold banded BGAs, you got gold recovery here, and good here. So this probably without any problem, even under the new grading. The new grading effect is really dictated by what kind of a CPU you've got in here. And if the board is plastic or green like this with copper and precious components, the green boards are better for gold recovery for the buyer. This would have had a logic card. The RAM would have gone here. These would have been slot cards. So this is going to go as a small socket, metal bracket, green motherboard. Small socket, metal bracket, green motherboard. And that's pretty straight out, and there's really not any issue with that. Again, some gold flashing. Pretty good board. Got a couple of good chips, and you know, so for what it is, this is a good, solid, no question on the quality. Small socket, because I can't fit a quarter. Green motherboard. Small metal socket, green motherboard. Alright. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will have a live up tomorrow morning. I'm going to go through and see if I can find some different kinds of computers. And, yeah, Jack, again, just email me what it is you're actually looking for. Make sure I get your email address, and I'll be in touch Monday after the holiday weekend. Alright, everybody, thank you so much for spending some of your time with me on a Saturday of a holiday weekend. I may be live tomorrow. Again, it just depends on if I can get to church in time or not. Usually I go live Sunday mornings between 9 and 11. But it was just a beautiful day, and I was really glad to be able to, you know, to get outside a little bit and to, you know, hang out with you guys a little bit. Alright, thanks a lot. Welcome all you new subscribers. Please don't forget to hit like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. And I will repost this on my YouTube and here on TikTok, so you can go back and look for any information that you might need. All right, everybody, thanks. God bless. God bless America. It is July 5th. Have a wonderful, wonderful, blessed day, everybody. Thanks again. Bye-bye.